Well, good evening. Just going to give you a few minutes here. Let people connect. Good to be with you. Uh, yeah, getting on in the evening here. Just watched the service from Bethel with blessing Eric and Candice on their way. Was a great privilege to watch. To watch Bethel, isn't it amazing what we get to do these days? What we can do these days. We can spend a lot of time moaning about lockdown, but isn't it amazing that we get to be in a pandemic lockdown when we have so much access to do so many wonderful things? So it really is a privilege. It's going to give you a couple of minutes to jump on. Got a slightly simpler board behind me tonight. Hopefully you're beginning to get used to my ways, and just going to unpack a real simple one tonight, but one that I think is really it's really a big deal actually for us to understand. So I'll just give you a couple of minutes more. Hey Brad, good to see you. Yeah, jump on the chat there if you've got anything to say, you want to ask any questions as I go along. More than happy to do that. And just put that one on my other world. Well, last night we had a look at some of the challenges of a generation. I just want to spend a couple of minutes now looking at kind of our world, the prevailing culture in our world. Just a few thoughts. I'm going to keep building on this. Every time I jump on here, draw a quadrant. I'll be just unpacking different pieces of the puzzle. I think we had a look in the last couple of weeks at what time it is, and had a look at being revivalists and reformers and creatives. Had a look last night at those 4 challenges of a generation: fear of missing out, choice anxiety, commitment phobia, and loss of purpose. And tonight I just want to go straight for this kind of context. I loads of words get thrown around. I'm always a bit nervous about putting boxes. Some people would say we're postmodern. Some people would say we're post-Christian. I don't think I'm ever going to walk around saying post-Christian. It's never going to happen. Not in my heart, anyway. But here's 4 thoughts about this world, this current culture that we live in, and really, I think, a challenge to us, because external government is only necessary when there's a failure of internal government. And I want to suggest that our modern world has kind of scrapped the rule book on internal government somewhat. And that's a real challenge. So we live in a world where you can go where you like, up there in that top left-hand corner. Globalization, extreme globalization. I love that I can normally travel, that I can have 3 days in Barcelona and just pop over to Europe these days. I love the privilege that I've had of travel. But we really have ended up with a world of a go where you like culture. And some of that relates to the commitment phobia of last night, because you can go where you like. And so it's almost like, well, I don't want to make a commitment to that. Maybe something better will come along. And then we live in a world where you can say what you like. I am going to pretty much point that at the world of social media. It feels as though social media has enabled us to let our guard down, that things that not that long ago would have been libelous or scandalous seem to be thrown around all over the place. But we've ended up saying what we like to people we don't know, saying what we like to people who we should be walking in a great deal more respect and love and honor for. And I would suggest that say what you like is something to do with the world of social media, where we all get very brave, and we might only have 10 followers, but we're shouting our mouths off to people, and we really do have that. And I think it's spilled over into the streets and into life, that we've let our guard down. And I'll go bottom right. We can believe what we like. Now, that's a tricky one. I don't want to jump into anything controversial here. I really am just trying to paint a picture that we have ended up with a world where it feels as though we can believe what we like. That, research is a Google search, not wearing out your shoes in a library or somewhere like that in a university. And so we end up being able to believe what we like. We grab a snippet and we make that a fact and declare that we know that. So we can believe what we like. And, when I read things, probably at the risk of controversy, I'll go down one road. When I read statements that say the Holocaust didn't happen or that Sandy Hook didn't happen, I go, gosh, that's crazy. That people are actually believing what they like. And then we can do what we like. And we see that, don't we? We see that with some of the to be honest, insanity that's going on in some aspects of life, especially some of the gender stuff. So we've ended up with a world where people can go where they like, say what they like, do what they like, believe what they like. And, freedom's great as long as you've got a plumb line that holds that freedom together. And what I believe, and I'll probably jump on this again, but out of Zechariah, there's this great picture of the plumb line being held in the hand of Zerubbabel. And I want to suggest that we need to get the plumb line back. We need the plumb line back. We need internal government back. We need something that says, no, there needs to be some sense of internal accountability, because the boundaries of this world have been thrown away. We can go where we like. We can say what we like. We can do what we like, and we can believe what we like. And that is simply not true. This world was created with order, with principles, with natural laws, physical laws and spiritual laws and emotional laws and relational laws. And my challenge to you is this, and this is really one of those ones, this is a quick one really, but this is really just to say, hey, that's what the world looks like. What are we going to do about it? And I love that the ninth fruit of the Spirit is self-control. And we need it. We need it now more than ever. We need self-control. All of us do. Because this is getting us into trouble. This go where we like is causing commitment phobia. This say what we like, it's creating a culture of dishonor. This do what we like, we've lost the boundaries in so many areas of any sense of what is right and wrong or truth. And we can believe what we like. No, we can't. And so I just really want to challenge you with this one. Jesus is the answer. There's no doubt about that. What I believe we are being invited to do is to manifest that Jesus is the answer. You see, extreme globalization, social media, the fake news piece of believe what you like. You can interpret that however you want. And the do what you like, I'm gonna lead into that on my next one of these, because do what you like is the secularism piece. It's this postmodern, post-Christian secularism piece. And we're going to unpack that. I'm going to have another quadrant. Yes, I will. And I'm just going to unpack that bottom left one. But for now, I believe it's time for us to manifest the fruit of the Spirit of self-control. And we need to get the plumb line back. And we need to get the reference points back in our life, individually, self-government, so that we can earn the right to govern outside, to actually re-establish plumb lines, to put truth back in place, to put honor back in place, put self-control back in place, to put an awareness of what is right and wrong back in place. That's just a picture of our world, but Jesus is the answer. And you and I have an invitation to manifest the fruit of the Spirit that is self-control. I'll see you again very soon, and I'll draw another picture on my board. I love drawing these things. Some people think that I see everything in fours. Well, I try to, but if I don't, I can draw a 3, a 5, a 6, an 8. Trust me, you'll see it before long. Anyway, good to be with you tonight. Take care. Bye.